This is Samson. So Robert, introduce me to this group here. Who am I? What do I do here?
This is Samson. He's the lead designer on this bridge replacement project. He's one of the most accomplished engineers in the entire office. So when there is a project that has a level of complexity, guess who they come to? Mr. To, the voice of Hotel. So with some respect to his name. He knows what he's doing.
Thank you. Okay, as you can see here, I'm a beginner impacting. On the big mark. See how it's working like this here? And that's small work. That's what we do. We talk, but we do as well. Okay? Again, the sweat is the body. It's my country. So we're doing it to be able to help. Whatever we can do to help. It's not about the money. It's about what we can do to improve the lives of our brothers and sisters. This is instead of beginner, and they put it in the sidewalk. Yes, I'm going to tell you. They put it in the sidewalk, and I'm going to be the one to put it in the sidewalk if I all do it. So, thank you. Good evening, folks. Samson told I brought up radio. I want to thank all of you again tonight for being here. We say thank you very much. We appreciate everything here again tonight. Wonderful thing to be here with you. We say thank God we're here. Like brought up radio, live again. The Libra is in control, of course. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in. All we ask of you here tonight is to please share this video, share this show as much as possible, so that those brothers and sisters that are not able to be with us right now can pick it up and join us. It's very important we do so here tonight. I want to thank all of you again. This is what we do because of you. We are here, of course, to make sure that we all have the conversation of what's happening in our country and what are some of the contributions we can make in order for us to have a civil discussion here on LPR. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight, and it's going to be a wonderful show tonight. We thank God for that, and stay with us here because that's what we do here on this platform. We are here to have a discussion, true discussion, and we thank you. We thank you. Again, please invite as many people as possible to join us tonight. Thank you very much. Safety, Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again. We want to thank you for bringing us together. We want to thank you for everything, my Lord. We want to thank you for things you have done, and we also want to thank you for things you're yet to be done for us. But because of our faith in you, we know you will do it. So we don't mind even thanking you before they're done because we know they're coming. Thank you for that. Thank you for the power of the mercy you have on us. Thank you for the power of forgiveness you have on us. Thank you for the power of love you have on us. Thank you for the power of blessing that you continue to pour on us. We thank you. We thank you. Some of us will say, my Lord, we don't worth it, but yet still you love us and you bless us. We want to thank you for that. My Lord, will come again before you tonight to ask that the Republic of Liberia and the people of the Republic of Liberia be placed in your hands. Only your hands. The safety nets are there for all of us. And we want to thank you. We ask, my Lord, that the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Waka, be blessed. Extend his life. Guide his hand, whatever he touches. Bless him. We ask wherever door he knocks, my Lord, open the door. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. My Lord, we ask that the host country, the United States of America, be blessed. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Again, folks, Samson told La Bra Radio. I want to thank all of you that are watching and still coming. Trooping in, not trucking in, mind you. We don't truck here, we troop. Thank you for that. Thank you. So let's go ahead. There are some issues happening in Liberia. We're going to start that. But what I want to start with here tonight is I want to say to many of you that are listening that we do not claim to know all. In fact, we will say it better to announce that you don't know what you know you don't know. Nobody here going to deceive you. So I want to start here tonight by saying The country of the Republic of Liberia can only be built by Liberians. You can bring foreigners, say if he's sorry for you. You're not gonna build it. So quite recently, a friend of mine wrote a book, beautiful, beautiful book I've been reading. I just got it yesterday, and it's called. I don't know if you can see it here. Okay, mitigating the legacies of a misguided vision. The case of Liberia, written by Mr. William G. Nyano. It's a beautiful, beautiful book, and I will be reading it, and I will be quoting from this book from time to time. And in fact, I might just read it here sometimes. Like I will when I start my Saturday show, I will come here and read it. But let me just take few step out of this. What is this book about? He says. This is from William Yano's book, and I'm sure he doesn't mind me reading it. He's not gonna sue me. I hope not. So this book is the accumulation of several years of research and an outgrowth of my ongoing search for answer to many questions about Liberia that have long perplexed me. When I started the project, I simply wanted rational explanation for why Liberians do things the way they do. I wanted to explain, even if just to myself, why, for example, government service, not businesses, industry, or science and technology seem to be the lifelong dream of so many people. I my own that people. Or why more often than not from its prefer or over substance. I also wanted to know why the country was so haphazardly planned and poorly managed, and why its literacy rate remained so high despite many years of independence. We will read those things from time to time. Good in a moment. So we have, and this book is very interesting. He made some reference to past, and he also connected to the future, and not only to the future. To he think why are the reason why we're not being successful, and he lay his case out little by little. Very interesting book to read. Very interesting book to read. But we'll go there. We'll go there. So later this afternoon, Samson told Labra Pablito, I open Front Page Africa. Usually when I go to work in the morning, right? I open Front Page Africa, read it. I open Daily Observer, read it. Then I start work. When I want my day to go well, to enjoy my job, even it's difficult, it's hard. It's a difficult job to think. That's a small thing to think. They're not sleeping. You got to think. Thinking, you're not lifting thing and doing all the kind of weight lifting here and there. No, no, no. They're not dumbbell we're running over there. Engineering, it's a thinking process. You gotta know it. So it's difficult. It's hard for people like up from me from Total. It's hard for me. It's hard, but I have to put myself in the mold. So when I read these newspapers about my country and what the government is doing, what the government is not doing, the debate of issues from one issue to another, it put me in the mold to make sure that I produce. And as I'm working, as I'm producing for the people, building the roads for the people, connecting the rural community to civilized world. And I'm thinking to myself, why could I not have done the same thing in total? Because, because, well, I'm just told our people do not understand that your own people that's supposed to build, they respect foreigner more than us. And sit down there, sit down somewhere and tell your own. I will tell my own. I will tell my own. So let's go to the hot potato. So this evening, I thought, okay, let me just go ahead and see because I'm doing some work here. Remember, I have a project over there. I'm not going to say what a project, but I have a project over there I'm working. And the project is really, really taking time for me now, to be honest with you.
I've done some projects in Liberia before, but this project is really, I don't know where this energy come from. I'm getting up 2 o'clock in the morning and doing this project, this road project in Liberia. Jesus, for free? My goodness, 2 o'clock in the morning every morning now. That war? Why? What kind of business is there now? But we have to do that because this is what we say we want to do for our people. I don't have to get paid. I do it. I want to do it, and I do it well. Because if I don't do it, and other people will do it, yeah, they'll get paid, but they don't do a good job. Many of the plants that I've seen, they're not. Look at Ralphie Highway. I don't have the top plenty. Look at Ralphie Highway. They can't make it. Not that the people not only are they not able to construct, but if you give them plans that even baby that born yesterday can do construction for you because the plan is so simple. But the people get you plan. Even the people who have 20 years of construction experience, they find it difficult to read your plan. They don't understand it. And you expect them to go boom, 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 boom like that? No. The reason of designing is so that the end result, which is going to be going to the contractor, that the contractor should understand exactly what it is as a designer, what you have in mind. But you want a contractor to guess, oh, I think they went that way. Oh, the other one went, I think so. I think so on Ralphie Highway. So when after I finish reading the newspaper, then I put myself in the total mood. I say, okay, let's bring it on now. I start designing for sea level rise 75 years from now. That's the kind of design we're doing. Samson too. Want to make sure that whatever that I'm designing, that it will withstand the weather conditions 75 years from now. I've run told time you think 75 years from now, not being told time. What doing with you all here? I say, what are they see carry you? They see carry you. That's my business. I will be out of here. So you're on your own. But I can't think like that, and I will not do like that. I will have to go through the book because everything is there. You're done? Yeah, okay. You pass it on to the next group. The people take your design and they take the rules and they take the standard book. So okay, you put this here. Where's the logic behind that? You explain it all throughout the way. You explain yourself. So I did this because of this, and this is the rule that I apply. Just like lawyers. And then it compares. Okay, yeah, okay, check. Okay, check. Okay, check. This one here, you say you apply this rule, but when you apply this rule inside the rule here, there's another rule that's supposed to go. Oh my goodness, engineering is sweet, man. It's sweet. Hey, majority, y'all like y'all better study engineering, y'all better lead a lawyer business, do all kind of. Then you go and say because you have to understand that they're giving you a rule, but inside the rule, there's another rule in there that govern the participation of the group in here. Oh my goodness. By the way, let's leave that one. Samson, do you ever to pull forward when it comes to railway engineering the player? Who ever? Who? Your car now, you got four, you put it your car out tonight. Let me see you. Ever me? Ever me? That's one thing I can be doing. Ever me? Eh, you call yourself. Woman, well, I got Liberian Engineering Society hat. They gave me a T-shirt. The T-shirt ain't fit me. And you think the T-shirt fit me? I'll be wearing that T-shirt every day. But anyway, let's drop that. Let's drop that. So the point that I'm making about all that I've been saying here is this. So I read the newspaper, understand what is happening back home, and I go on to social media, another 30, 45 minutes an hour or so, go through the social media. I see everything that happening, even in Total. People posting from Total. I see all that one there. That's okay. I ready to work now. Y'all bring it on. Then we go to work. I'm gonna be working for you. I'm building your roads and things like that. Then I don't know what going on in my own country that's sensing it. That's any kind of sensing it, my people. Huh? Then you know, Mr. Two, they will pay you. Yeah, so why they pay me so what? They want to pay me and then I can't think of my own country. I beg you, man. Then she said, so who's stopping you from going home? Because the people over there, they're rascal. That I'm aware that President Baga word. The people over there, they're rascal. You go over there, try to help them, and then one can't do all kind of things. Don't worry about it. The t-shirt ain't fit me because the people who made the t-shirt, they made mistake. They made mistake. The people who sold the t-shirt in China, they made mistake. They made mistake on the t-shirt. And I'm baby, something to that baby, and I'm baby. So they made mistake. Woman start. Woman start. Oh, I beg you, don't start. Alfonso, you not start again to now. See that one thing you and people can you want to say well, that one of the reason why you want to say can why my thing not coming on? Alfonso, what kind of business is here? Yeah, man. Yeah, put it on this side. Okay, one on the other side. Alfonso, please stay out of my thing. Just do all your plenty writing, but don't put your phone in the water here tonight. I beg you. They're too cool for anybody to start playing magic here. I beg you. Don't come bring magic. You use business here tonight. I beg you. But anyway, let me go on. Let me go on. So all I'm planning talking. I think what was that? Says stay out of my business. Okay, you can't, I'm trying to deal with a bill. You're not going to say my career again. I'm going to business there. The engineer didn't measure well. So just stay on your side. Stay on your side. Yeah, stay on your side. What I measure, I measure. That's your business. Yeah, but let's go on. In fact, saying that start, I say I will lead that topic now. Because if I go on, you will put more saying my Gary. Let me lead that one. Let me do that one. So let's go back to the being subject matter here. So rescue 2, rescue 2, rescue 2, rescue 1, 10-4, 10-4, 10-4. Dr. Malley, the board chair is calling you. Dr. Malley, the board chair is calling you. Your presence is needed immediately, without any delay. Degree 44. Was it degree that used? What is it? Degree or agree or what? I don't care. A degree 44, or I agree 44, whatever it is. That's what it is. That my order I sent to Dr. Malley. If he doesn't appear within the next 5 minutes, Dr. Malley will be suspended by the board. We're going to initiate investigation. Why am I investing Dr. Malley? But let me think about it. What has he done? Oh, yeah. Now I know. I'm the board chair. I can come up with any reason to investigate. I can come up with any reason. So I'm the board chair. What Dr. Malley, he came here the other day and wrote a whole book on me. Yeah. Oh, degree 88. Thank you. Says but every time I remember talking about fully Tamanda, he can join up. He can just help promote degree 88. Okay. That degree 88, I don't know what degree 88, but I just charge it. So I don't have to have a reason. I'm the board chair. I don't have to have a reason. Says the investigator. It's the chief investigating arm of the LPR board. Oh my goodness. Let me read where for the but it says it's the investigator arm of the LPR special board. Special board. The CEO right here, why the teacher ain't fail? Because the Chinese people make mistakes. That's why the teacher ain't fail me. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. I'm calling all the people that don't want to come. I start my subject matter. You can't. Subject matter on tonight. So let's go ahead. Let me call you. Let me make a special call. Rescue 2, rescue 2, rescue 1, 10-4, 10-4, 10-4, 10-4. Rescue 2, rescue 2, rescue 1, 10-4, 10-4. That walkie-talkie, I'm talking with that remote control. Oh, I forgot that walkie-talkie. My man, I got technology everywhere. I can turn it into walkie-talkie. The man way over there in Minnesota will hear me. What make you think? Rescue 2, rescue 2, rescue 1, 10-4, 10-4, 10-4. You'll soon be here. So, but anyway, let's go ahead. On a very serious note, folks. Things are happening in Liberia. that if the Guinean don't do our in, we will do ourselves in. You know, on a very serious note, Ray a plenty book. On a very serious note, what Yanu wrote in this book here is still being applied right now. Let me read that again. Let me read that again. He say, what did he say? Where is it? This book is the accumulation of several years of research and an overgrowth of my ongoing search for answer to many questions about Liberia that have long perplexed me, all of us. When I started the project, I simply wanted rational explanation for why Liberians do things the way they do. You know, sometimes it's very difficult. And I know people, I don't want to embarrass him right now because if I call it, then you'll be embarrassed. But there are some intellectual, highly smart young people among us. They are the people that are suffering the most because their education level is at certain level, at certain stage. Their intellectual engagement, it past us now. However, because they are association with us, the fact that we're all Liberian, they still come and talk to us. But they're suffering because they see their peers having engagement, intellectual engagement that tend to yield result of improvement, even in the argument, even in their argument, even in their engagement. They're not engaging to fight each other uselessly. They engage, hoping either they will learn from whoever they engage with, or they will impact their knowledge to that person. And that person, the fact that they have also have the ability to accept the engaging process itself, they also will now take that and hope to improve their lives. And these are the kinds of young Liberians that we have among us that are suffering the most in this whole Liberian debacle. They're suffering the most because they feel I'm at this level and I'm trying for my brothers and sisters for me to bring them this level. But when I try, they leave me alone. This is what Liberians, this is what we do to those smart, intelligent Liberians that are trying to bring us up. You know what we do? We took out our shit and pour red oil all over us. We slip like other snail. So there's highly educated young Liberians that are trying to pull us up. They can't hold us. We slippery. As soon as they hold up, we fall down. Because we don't want to. But they don't want to cut ties either. And the fact that they are not ready yet to cut ties, they're suffering. They're suffering. They're suffering emotionally. They're financially too. They're suffering. Because, for example, the government that's supposed to provide avenue for many Liberians to be successful in whatever it is that they want to do, it's not there giving help. No. Many of the people are trying only for themselves. And these highly educated Liberian young people understand and they see it, but they're paralyzed. There's nothing they can do. You can't take the government of Liberia from here and sue any American court for corruption. Nobody will listen to you. So these young people, they go to bed at night, turning, dusting, can't sleep. Some of them dry like Bonnie. On a very serious note. So they don't know what to do. They have tried their best, come over here, educated themselves. They are not, and what don't you talk about that? That meaning Liberians back home refuse to employ the intellectual power of the diaspora. Is he here? Is he here? Is he here? I will be reading that. So what do we do, my people? Where do we go? And this is what I'm going to be talking about tonight. So, yes, another interesting thing. The foreigners, the Nigerians, the Ghanaians are now trying to improvise or trying to inject into Liberian psyche God business. But they're not like Monaduro God business. No. If you come and build schools and build churches and they take millions out of Liberians instead of preaching prosperity, preaching for people to love God and come to God, they're preaching they're preaching that nobody should be the tail, everybody should be head. If everybody become head, who will move the tail? Nobody want in their gospel. They don't preach for anybody to be tail. I will not be the tail. I will be the head. I will not be the tail. Let me be the head. If you are the head, me myself be the head. The other person is the head. Who will be the tail to move? That's the kind of logic we got. And this is what's suffering us. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly go to my subject matter here tonight. It's very sad. It's very sad. Very, very, very sad. And we have some intellectual among us that will come from time to time, write a beautiful book, like what Mr. Nyanu has done here, write a beautiful book. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. I urge all of you to try and see if you're able to purchase it, mitigating the legacies of a misguided vision, the case of Liberia. Very interesting. He pointed out a lot of stuff. And I witnessed some of them live myself. And so we have to, no matter what, we have to do what we can to make sure we understand these things. Let me bring in Sister Goya. Sister Goya, they come here. Don't come posting my Garia tonight, I beg you. Let me flow. You can hear me? You're muted. You're muted. You coming to post saying my Garia, you can hear me? Yeah! Good, 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 good. Go by and come by. You. You see? I'm from Total. You can't have way up. There's plenty of saying getting ready to go in my Gary. But anyway, so let's go on. Say so. Come back. Let's go on. Let's go on. So the reason why I'm going through all of these things the way I feel like these people, the young people, are suffering, because we Liberians, those of us that know we don't know, but yet refuse to tell them we don't know. We pretend to know when we know we don't know. We keep making the mistakes over and over and over and over again. You would think by now, serious Liberian people who want to move this country to a specific place, you would think they will stop bringing the constitutional crisis on us. You think they will stop and put their hands together to see how best they can move the country in terms of development to improve the lives of many Liberians. They come in the rain, the city of Monroe will be flooding again. Ayaka Koruba they're worrying about. So let me go to that right away. So according to what I have here, okay, which is not a long story anyway, according to what I have here, the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, the Supreme Court hot house probe into Representative Kaluba over sovereign border claims. Okay, so the Supreme Court of Liberia has intervened in the escalating standoff between the legislature and Moserado County District Number 10 Representative Yake Y. Koluba. Okay, say back again. Let's see if he's here. Can you hear me, Sese? No, I still can't
Yeah,
hear you.
I can hear you now. I'm messing with you because
Okay. Thank you for joining me. So I'm reading this thing from Front Page Africa about Yeke Koluba. And my background on that is that for some reason Liberians are not moving forward. We continue to go back one step front, two step backward. You would think Yeke Koluba would not be some sort of a reason right now to start this issue of what I would consider constitutional crisis. That now the Supreme Court going to come in and try to have a conversation with them. So I'm reading that the Supreme Court of Liberia has intervened in the escalating standoff between the legislature of Moserado County Representative number 10, number 10 Representative, District number 10 Representative Yeke Koluba, ordering an immediate halt to all proceeding by the House of Representatives of Liberia in controversial linked to suburban border crisis. That's how far I'm going to start from. I was here the other day, and my argument was, if I was advising Yeke Koluba, yeah, I might go in there and try to persuade my colleagues not to do it. I will give everybody respect, go from office to office, but if they want to do it, so be it, because it will not stand, I don't believe. Whatever rule they have set, there's constitution, something in the constitution that says whatever rule you have must not contravene the constitution of the Republic of Liberia, must not go against the constitution of the Republic of Liberia. And whatever rule you have that you're going to apply, whatever way, and if any party feel injured by your rules and they seek redress to the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, the Supreme Court then will look, not that they're going to relitigate, but they will look into it from the constitution issue that is being violated. And I think the argument for me was Yeke Koluba, being a representative, spoke as a representative. And so there's something in the Constitution also, I believe it's Article 49 or something like that, that says you cannot be held liable for things you say while you are serving as representative or senator or claiming to speak from that position. And I thought it was waste of time for anybody to invest money into this kinds of conversation. Yeke Koluba, whatever he said, does not control the behavior of Guineans coming in. Okay? Rescue 2, thank you for joining. I told you, you can hear me. And so, for the court now to come in this late hours, for me, I think it's welcoming, because now if the guys from the representative, people from the representative, if they want to be respectful to the rule of law, and perhaps will listen to the court. But I think the court stepping in is needed, and I think that perhaps the stating to the people, let's do it. Whatever you want to do, you have your rule, but it must be done right. Say you're keen first. Let's hear from you, and then we can go to Terry on this here.
Yeah, it's nice being on. Sorry, being going through for Bishop. Nice seeing you here on a Thursday. I have a different opinion from you, Mr. Toe.
Bring it in.
I believe that this whole thing about Liberians always saying, now is not a time for this, now is not a time for this. I seem to say we have to be a single track people. We can't do multiple things at the same time. The legislature is carrying out its work. Article 38 of the Liberian Constitution. And let me just paraphrase this first. Let me be very open to people who are listening to us. Yeke Yakpawolo Koluba is my cousin. His late father was my late mother's brother. So we all grew up on a farm together. So I just want to put that in his space. I do, however, feel that the legislature does have the authority granted them by Article 38 to have their own rules. And the only thing the Supreme Court is going to do is to look at, did they follow their own rules and was there due process? Because Yeke has to be given due process. But the Supreme Court cannot tell its people they cannot expel when Article 38 gives them the power to expel their own members with a 2/3 vote on costs. They can determine costs. And the fact that legislators are free from prosecution when they're in section, there are limitations to that. It is not absolute. Just like freedom of speech is not absolute, legislators not being held responsible for what they say is not absolute. If you read the Constitution, there are reasons why there are implications and situations that absolute impunity or whatever they want to call it doesn't apply to. So I'll go back to this and say, Yeke needs to learn from the Fonati Kofa case. We said this on this platform, people didn't listen. This is a political game. He's playing it legally. It's not a legal game. It's not a court game. It's a political game. In a political game, the numbers matter. And the numbers that will get you to win is not the numbers in the chat. It's not the amount of likes you get on Facebook. It's not us who sit in the diaspora and throw it up and you get 500 views. That's not a number that counts. The mathematics right now that should be important for Yeke Koluba is the mathematics of the votes in the House. Can he get 24 of his colleagues? Can he get 25 of his colleagues to vote against the expulsion? Because to get 25 out of 73 guarantees that the other folks will not get the 2/3 majority they need. That's where his play is supposed to be. All that thing we're carrying, I don't know when this old man that got how to call it, impeached for the Supreme Court, when he became the lawyer for everybody that get problem, Kabina Janet, carrying all those people does not help you. You should learn from the majority black, the minority black, the 500 things. They went right back to the Supreme Court. All they had to go back to was due process, was the order followed. At the end, Fonati Kofa was taken out because he didn't have the numbers. When you're in the House of Representatives, you are his fate is not held in the Supreme Court. His fate is held by his colleagues. And that's where I think he's making a critical error. And I wrote today on Facebook and I said, look, for me personally, I really don't think he should be expelled. I think he should be censured. I think he should be maybe suspended for 90 days maximum and allowed to apologize to his colleagues for whatever they think was wrong. And I think he started to lay that groundwork already. When you listen to him today in the chamber, he kept saying, oh, I will apologize. Although he was joking, but he meant that they could apologize that his colleagues will not be able to vote for him to be expelled. Voting for expulsion, I think, is too harsh, even though it's within the right of the legislature to do that. But I think it will be too harsh. Because then you have district number 10. Those innocent people will go for many months without representation in the House. I was one of those people when that happened to Lofa County. I was upset on the internet when Brani Samuka was not allowed to take a seat. I said Lofa County is being disenfranchised because we have only one senator in the House, in the Senate. We have small counties like Bapolu there and Bomi County and Magidi had 2 senators and Lofa had 1. And I said that was a gross disrespect for our constitutional right as Lofians, right? So I would not want the people of District Number 10 to go many months before a by-election is played, and then before they get a representation, right? So I would hope that yes, whatever they think their colleague has done wrong that's against their rule, that they be measured. They don't take a hammer to kill a fly. And I think Yeke Koluba has enough political capital. And this is where I think he's not playing his card well. Whoever's advising him. Yeke has campaigned for a lot of people. Yeke has campaigned for a lot of political parties. Yeke has been in a lot of people's corners. This is the time now he visit his colleagues and talk to them and lay out a different option. Instead of expulsion, I can apologize, whatever you think it is, and I just need that 25 votes. CDC, and this is what I'm going to say this, and I know CDCs are going to be mad. But there's a lot of seditions posting everywhere on Facebook about how bad this thing is. And I've even seen members of the leadership of CDC talking about this expulsion is extrajudicial and it violates the Constitution. You had 25 members in the House that were seditious. So I'm going to take Thomas Falah from there. Now you got 24. You have to vote to block this expulsion. If you truly want to block this expulsion, you got 24 seditions plus Musa Benedict, that's 25, right? Plus Tyrone Way, plus all the CPD people there. So you can block this expulsion if you want to do it. But the problem that we face in Liberia, and I'll be quiet really quick, is that a lot of people will talk the talk, but they will not walk the walk. If this is the time now people have to start lobbying their lawmakers and say, do not vote for that expulsion. The Supreme Court will not say Yeke Kolba. Yeke Kolba's fate is in the hand of his colleagues, just like Fonatikofa's fate was in the hands of his colleagues.
Thank you. Terry, let's bring you in on this here. But before that, Sissy, while I do agree with you that the Supreme Court will not save Yeke, however, I think the move is strategic, to be honest with you. In that, while the Supreme Court might not even want to stop it, but the conversation they're going to have with the Supreme Court will give a clear indication, because the Supreme Court will say these are the laws. These are the laws that your rule going to have to certify, including the numbers game. So I think this is a good strategy Yeke and his people are playing. I don't think Yeke and his people are going to the Supreme Court for the Supreme Court to rule against these people or to block them, but strictly to say for the Supreme Court to tell both Yeke and the lawmaker to say, if you're going to apply rule X, Y, Z, these are the area you must certify. And once that is done, other members that perhaps might be in favor of trying to kick Yeke out will say, the other restriction, or the other thing here that we have to certify it too much, but you don't lead it before we drag ourselves.
You think how politics is going to work? Are they going to be mad? Are they going to be
say you were talking, the liberal didn't say anything. Let the liberal talk. I beg you. So the people will come out, and those people who, but if the brown envelope is already there, then that's a different issue. But the brown envelope, if it's not there yet, then we get somewhere. Let's hear from you, Terry. But that's just my take. Seriously, let's hear from you.
Yeah, senior brother says, how you doing, man? And the liberal himself, the guru, political guru, and
Thank
all
you.
of that.
Welcome.
Yeah. So I think today, since my senior brother, I think I will go in the direction a little bit liberal. And but I think the lawyers did a good job to delay the process. I think the lawyer is trying to delay the process. I think the Supreme Court is carrying on a regular routine for the power, that they have. So, but at the end of the day, there was senior brother Sissy said it will be predicated upon the rules of the House. The House of Representatives, when I was reading something today, it says that they have jurisdiction over the proceeding during the how you call it thing, the rules and order. When the rules and order is carrying on hearing, they can decide how that hearing go on. If they tell you, say, you as a lawyer, you're not supposed to speak, you should speak through you should speak to the representative and he will speak to us. That is what the rules at that time require. You have to follow it. The Supreme Court cannot bend that. And what people are not getting is that Honorable Kofa case was different. Honorable Kofa was not presiding. The people went and held a different session outside of the presiding officer. That would make them to be wholly in the wrong. But this case, he was given the opportunity and he honored the letter written to him to come to the hearing. That means, oh, well, they were gone. That, that means that,
You run away. You come from that thing, you run away. You must say it.
yeah, that means that he honored the request already. That means he concurred with the hearing. That was the first mistake they made. Then when he went to the hearing, the rule of order, they say, my man, you have to channel your understanding, your everything you want to do. The lawyers got to channel it. You know, you got to communicate. Then the people gave them 30 minutes break. 30 minutes break for them to get the act together and decide what they wanted to do. The lawyers then believed that because they were not represented, they're not going to speak for the client. So they decided to walk out thinking that this is a courtroom. What we need to understand, the House of Representatives is not a persecution ground. It's not a courthouse. They are carrying on a disciplinary action on the member, which means they're not carrying him to court to go put him in jail. This is not a place where you're going to be fined or you're going to go to jail for a crime you committed. This is not a crime. They are disciplining you per the rule. So this is not a court. You see, in as much as I disagree with, and this is why I say I want to side with my senior brother in this regard, is that the suspension could be okay. But the expulsion to me is too harsh. Because we all know who Yeke is. You understand? But I think there is a flaw, and that is why I will speak to on my second round.
So thank you, Terry. And I'm not in disagreement with you and Sissy completely. My point is this, and I believe this is the strategy going to work for Yeke. Yeke is not seeking for the court to stop these people from carrying out their work, their constitutional mandate. Whatever they're doing is also constitutional. The Constitution says that these people need to do certain things like this when it comes to this. However, I'm saying it again. Yeke and his people, by inviting them, the Supreme Court will say to them, I hope, we are watching. If you're going to apply your rules, make sure your rules, certain part of your rules that you're going to apply must not violate the overall constitution right of this man. You can't say because you have the rule and the rules say that you have to expel somebody, and you start misbehaving or start bringing in things that are not necessary. No, the court will tell you no, you can't do that. It is the court job to interpret the law. The rule they pass is the law. It's not just a rule, it's the law. Their law. Though it might not be applicable to all Liberians, but the fact that you are representative, you're also a Liberian. And the Constitution, the overall Constitution of the country, gives you the right of setting privilege or whatever it is that you have to that protects you. And so if these people if the law is being applied to Yeke Koruba, and if it's in any kinds of way, any small amount that violate just a little bit of the Constitution, the court will have to interpret that law, the rules that they're applying. Nobody said they can't do it. They have the right. They can do that. No court going to stop them from doing it. But if they do it, and Yeke Koruba said these people did not apply their rule properly, it is the court duty to interpret that rule. That's the point that I'm making. But anyhow,
liberal. And you know, for me, I put my politician hat on. Because Yeke Koruba is a politician. He does not want to be the John Cazale of the rule where they use his kids to slap president when you're already out of the house.
Yeah.
We said the same thing for that. Kofa was running around here about it is about precedence. What is the precedence? After he's already out, what is the precedence? You are a politician. If Yeke Koruba was a common Joe Blow, I say yes, you're fighting for precedence. Yeke Koluba is an elected official. You don't want to be the one that you are the John Kizet of the precedence or the Christopher Columbus or the beginning. You don't want to be that beginning. It is not in his interest as a politician. It is not. And let me tell you something. To talk about the Supreme Court having jurisdiction to review, you see this same old man that went to represent Yeke Koluba today, when he was being impeached, after he got impeached, he knew very well that the Supreme Court does not have jurisdictional authority over proceedings in the House of Representatives. That's why he didn't go to the Supreme Court to appeal. He knows that. Why didn't Kabila Janet go to the Supreme Court to appeal? So look, I will say this again. This is the people playing Freetown ball on the other side, Yeke Koluba playing Shira football on the other side. That's a problem. They're not playing the same game. I think instead of spending money for that theater, because the lawyers went with him in the house, and we watched that a lot of the time. Even when for example, when just more recently, Kristen Noem, when she went before the house and she had her lawyers, she get lawyers and stuff. Your lawyers can tell you to plead the fifth, or you can confront with them and you speak. Your lawyers ain't going to go sit down and go speak for you. Exactly. So why would these lawyers think that they were going to go sit in the legislature and try to first question the people's their rules and their proceedings and then determine how it was going to go?
But I don't think. But Sensei, I don't mean to interrupt, but I don't think that's why they went to the Supreme Court for, though. Not because they didn't.
I didn't say the Supreme Court. I said they went to the legislature.
No, I know that. What I'm saying is,
what I'm telling you,
they're not angry. They are not angry because they didn't. They stopped.
No, they were because they work out. But here's the other piece. Here's the other thing. If they knew that they had that Trump card, they could have just gone to the Supreme Court to start the proceedings instead of appearing in there and then walking away. Well, the reason why I brought out the Supreme Court issue is you talking about Supreme Court look and say, oh, this was not done the right way, this was not done this way. The House set their rules, like Terry said, and they set their procedures. And Article 42 that we're trying to quote about, this quasi immunity, it has limitation. It has limitation for felony, for breach of peace, and breach of peace is wide. It's wide. And that's why they're holding Yeke on. It says utterance is tantamount to breach of peace. And so this Article 42 does not cover him at that point.
Right. But okay, all right. Well, I'm not quite giving in to that, Sensei. That's not my argument anyway. My argument has been, and it is still, that by their going to the Supreme Court will put a halt onto this. Now, I agree with you. This is a political game. Now, if the legislature refuse to abide by this and decide to proceed with that, they will have, it's a political game, need numbers. When they do that, Liberians will turn against them. They will say you are now bringing in a constitutional crisis because the court will now put their foot down. The entire bench will put their foot down, and they will say, we interpret. You make the law, we interpret. But my point here is that, and I do agree with you, and Terry, that indeed, Yeke Koluba, while he's doing this, I think his best bet now is to contact Musa Ability, let him start doing the groundwork. Let him start counting the number, because Musa Ability know how to count votes. Let him start counting the vote, counting numbers, and if you have 25, then he can come out and say, you know what, y'all go do whatever you want to do to me, and I'm talking to y'all, and then you can bluff them. But right now, if the people smell blood from Yeke Koluba, they're not gonna give in. So for them, they already started noticing little bruises here and there. So you can run straight to the Supreme Court. Now the Supreme Court is trying to put banish all over him so the people don't see anything, which is good for them. However, it's just temporary because these people, they have their rule. But once again, let me argue that I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on TV. So my job on TV is much more important. I'm not a lawyer. I play one on TV. But let me just say this. If the Supreme Court, by their going to the Supreme Court, and the legislature agrees to say, okay, let's go and have a conference. The conversation at the conference will be very important. Will either make or break this case. Because if they go to the Supreme Court is not calling you there to drink palm wine. They are calling you to lay out the rules, the laws, as they apply to your rules. And they will tell you that. They will tell you you have the right. And indeed, it is your responsibility to carry out what you want to carry out. But we want you to understand that we have some part to play in it, should in case it comes to that. Here's rule number 1. It says you must go from here over there without you turning back. It's just like you go into Society Bush. When there's a certain place, you go in, you don't turn around. You go straight. You turn your face a little bit. They will ask you, but why you turn your face? The law said don't turn your face. So this is the kinds of stuff, and this is what I loved what Yeka Koluba and his lawyer are doing. They're going to the court. The court going to now re-emphasize the rules that govern the legislature rule that they're going to apply to Yeka Koluba. You can't cross certain boundary, and if you do, we will talk. Now, having said that, yes, another flip side of that. If Yeke is if he expelled, he's not coming back. The court have no power to bring him back. They can call the broker there and say, "You're come." They will say, "No, we're not coming." And there's nothing. The court don't have no jurisdiction to go arrest anybody. So I think again, before I go to you now, Terry, I think Yeke best bet right now, while the court proceeding is on, letting ask Musa Berete, his friend, to start counting votes. And let's see if he's going to be able to get. If he doesn't have that, let's leave it alone. Yeke is not broke. In fact, if Yeke is expelled from that place, I'm not too sure if Yeke can come back 2029 and say I want to seek re-election. And if
he can actually run again for the by-election.
And if he does, he will be a speaker. If Yeke run and win, you'll be speaker in the House of Representatives. But why don't y'all know me? I don't hear everybody will do that. The liberal progressive. I don't from Mount Cosa to the speaker. But let's hear from you, Terry. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, so liberal, I think there is a ploy here that we're not paying attention to.
Okay.
All right. And I was looking at something. I know public administration, the government gave $11 million to public administration. And while looking at public administration, under there, the legislature branch is there. So apparently, the sitting that they call for, maybe that money all was embedded into the sitting. Because, you got to justify the amount, because you got a GAC checking, you got a LACC, and all of that. So if that money had gone from the $45 million supplementary budget, if that money had gone, Yeke should leave it go. Because this is a political terrain. In as much as I don't want it to happen, sympathetically, a lot of Liberians sympathize with the process. In as much as I don't want it to happen, okay.
So, Terry, let me go you one minute. Dr. Madi, how you think Terry and Sissy get the link?
Please don't put my name inside. They may know too much book. I want to be plowing here.
But that can happen when you learn too much book.
It says the personal endowment. So
yeah, of course. You know plenty. That what happened with people who know plenty book. They jump over a lot of things. Go ahead, Terry.
So here is the plot that I'm looking at in the long range, right? If Yeke, the first plot is on now, removal. They're not looking at a suspension. They're looking at removal.
Mm-hmm.
And if that take effect, the next thing that might follow will be charges of that is treasonable. That is why you see Gregory Cuomo.
Yeah, you're right. So they don't allow him to even try to read.
Thank you, because Even if he is not found guilty, they will delay him because charges for treason, I think, is non-bailable offense. So if that charge come against him, he's going to be in jail on when the by-election taking place, so he cannot resurface even in an election. You see the political play that going on behind it, because when they remove him, he become an ordinary citizen. Then he can now be charged by the national police or by the RG, whatsoever, or the justice military. So when that happens, it's treason or why the inco, because they're not going to find him guilty of treason on that statement. But just to delay him in the process so that our whole election thing can miss him, it can pop by him, they might be able to get that done. All right. So that is those are the things that I'm looking at. That I think that if it do have a political undertone, allegedly, this is where Yeke Faith is heading. But I hope that and pray that that do not be the case, and this is just a speculation.
Thank you, Terry. Dr. Mali, I sent the link. Terry, Cece, any of you have Dr. Mali emails, please send a link to him, or just forward a link to him, please. Water cut.
Brown envelope. I was
Yeah. Dr. Mali, yeah, you go. They say you must send Brown envelope, and we'll send you the link. Walter Carter, thank you for joining. We said we appreciate you again. But bring on, let's see the Tabata. What kind of Tabata you got again tonight? Let's hear from you.
Look, I listen. I would like to say first of all, hi to
because I'm gonna park you in the garage too. If you say hi to everyone, you can't talk about look.
I would like to say hi.
Are you breakable now? Look.
I would say hi to the big VC on the platform here who he never keep lying before on my post talking about my team VC. You know who I'm talking to. He never keep lying before, then he got my team talking about my team VC.
I saw the man wearing jersey. Maybe not wear jersey there. Maybe not wear jersey. I see wear jersey.
What team was supporting?
Your VC man, you team and buy your move for here, man.
What team was
Lebro, these two people now become real enemy to me now.
What team you supporting?
I would deal with these people now. Just look at there.
What team supporting?
Lebro lead that team. Now Barrow Bennett we're talking here. Leave it. Don't get involved.
I hope you're not going to Barcelona or Arsenal now.
Don't go Arsenal, they get problem now.
So never you not Arsenal, man.
Wow. Manchester United.
Why do a Nigerian people team?
Nigerian people team.
Why do a Nigerian people team? I mentioned it.
Oh,
Man City.
Yeah.
Man United anyway.
Man
honestly,
United,
man, it's a long time, man. I ain't see you guys, yo. I see you for a while, and I just be watching you.
Nigerian people team. But let's hear from you, Walter. Let's go ahead.
Like I said, nice to see you. I have not seen you in a long time.
I can't say nice seeing you because you always put different things on. So, but yeah, nice hearing you.
I need to see you doing your pocket free roll on Spoon. I mean, on social media. I see you dancing. I say, yeah, the boy I get traffic too well. He let all time pocket free roll dancing. But anyway, Terry, my man, how's everything going? I would like to say hi to our listening and viewing audiences and stuff around the world. And to the liberal, good conversation. Yeah, look, this 55th legislature, right? I think especially for the representative, they can get away with murder any day because they don't value the law. They don't uphold the law. They play by their own set of rules. But I would just like to come from where Terry came from that even if they succeed in expelling Yeke Koluba, there's no way the national government now can charge him with treason. The man are private citizen. You forget about freedom of speech, you forget about that. How do we charge him? Now they will go to the law. What the evidence Liberian government has? First of all, Yeke Koluba's speech did not bring Guinean soldiers on the land. Guinean soldiers were already on the land and Yeke Koluba spoke. So what is the difference on what Yeke Koluba say from to what the president office put out? That Liberia is claiming a land that belongs to Guinea. What's different? So look, this whole thing here, Yeke Koluba, is not about the statement Yeke Koluba made concerning the Guinean on our soil. No, it's not why they're getting Yeke Koluba for. It's politics because Yeke Koluba on a regular basis insult this old man, and Unity Party have a very thin skin. They are not tolerant. They cannot stand hard joke, but they like to give hard joke. You know, when we were growing up, we had some friends that they will be the first to open their mouth and start talking, cussing your mom, touching, do all kind of things. By the time you go there, when you go there with them now, then they start crying and want to bring fight. Like a Unity Party right there. So Unity Party is using the law to bend to horse side. And they will say we're doing due process, but the same law they're using, they will undermine our law. In the eyes of Liberian people, they're giving due process. And I don't think they will be able to get away with this because it will set a bad precedent for most of them in the house. I don't care how long it takes, it will set a bad precedent for them. So Yeke Koluba, I'm not a fan of him. Never been a fan of him. Never will be the fan of him. If they expel him, well, good for him. But I think Unity Party endorsed this man. Go back to one of Yeke Koluba take in his district. He told his people, if you come in here to vote for me and think that if Joseph Boakai does not do what he said he will do for Liberian people, you think I will not get in here through, then you lying. Because the thing I said to Jowia is small. The one I will say to Joseph Boakai will be worse. So if you know that I will do the same thing to Joseph Boakai, don't vote for me way before the election. Yeke Koluba has not changed. Unity Party changed. And so I think they're going to use this against him because they don't have that political, gravitas, that political balls to say, okay, let's sit down and take in. Let's just swallow all the men saying. Because in the last 6 years, former president, Yeke Koluba did the same thing. Yeke Koluba challenged police officer. He knocked a chair, stood on car, jumped on car, insulted police officer, went to the horse, carried karate clothes, did all the different things about president. We are how he went to Qatar or wherever, and they gave him Jesse. All the things that he did there, it was beautiful. It was a hand clap for Yeke Koluba. Nobody could expel him. He was a lone soldier. He was intelligent. He was forceful. Nobody, to the extent the information minister said that he can take Yeke Koluba over his man. And anybody who don't vote for Yeke Koluba, they must be deranged. Like Jeremiah Piena. So I think when we say there, let's be very honest. You can't have it both ways. You can't
Thank
eat your
you.
cake and have it at the same
Thank
time.
you. Can you talk to
Mr.
us? Can you
Mr.
talk? We'll talk to about the involvement of Supreme Court. Don't come bring Gregory Coma
Okay, so
and
the involvement in the Supreme
whatever.
Court is only so anybody who is given due process. Well, from what I understand from other luminaries, legal minds, right?
Just
Like
like me. Just like me.
whether it is in the legislature, right? It should be given due process. And any due process, that person should be accorded with evidence so that he can make, his decision based on what the evidence you got who accusing of, you know, um, 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 available so he can be able to make
Thank you.
rational decision.
Thank
This
you.
group refused to give him the decision. And my question to Terry and Sissy, if this man you charge him with treason, is Liberia and Guinea, can we say Liberia and Guinea are at war? Let the Liberian government come and say we are at war because when the country going against another country, then but the executive said Guinea and Liberia got no problem. There's nothing going on. They're doing it, they're handling anything diplomatic. There's no problem at all. So how can now you will charge somebody with treason when there's no we don't have any kind of war going on. We don't have any kind of commotion between Guinea and Liberia. Guinea is not an enemy to us. So how can you try somebody with treason in this kind of case?
Thank you. Thank you, Walter. Sissy, let's hear from you on this.
Yeah, let me first answer the question Wilton stated. Indeed, Flas Hamilton was charged with treason. There are a lot of people that were charged with treason. Treason does not necessarily mean there has to be active war between two countries. So Yeke Koluba can be charged, and any Liberian citizen can be charged with treason in the absence of a war between Liberia and any other country. So let's just take that first part out. Look, I think, Wilton can behave like we were all dead and we just kind of woke up a few days and we're not all living during the last 6 years. You know, to sit here and argue about somebody being thin-skinned and that you all were so politically magnanimous. George Manuel Weah said, anybody that calls him, they will not walk the streets of Monrovia. Right at your party headquarters and your desk. Walter Sisulu, Christopher Sisulu, you're beginning almost came right from the U.S. Embassy. There's tolerance. The very Yeke Kolba had to go to court many times because your suspending him were all paid illegally many times because you were insulting George Weah. In fact, they captured Surveillance General Gray threatening to fight Yeke in chambers during the section if Yeke insulted George Weah. So don't come here and to say we all were sleeping 6 years ago back. That's why I can say, look, in this space, in this liberation space, we will listen to people who come to talk about morality that were against the same thing last year. Just because you find your conscience this few days because the uprooted the sycamore tree, don't mean you get to come here now and try to spew morality when you are not in favor of it. Where were you when Walter Sisulu almost got killed? Where were you? And so, look, I will sit here and say that in everything in politics, there are always invisible hands. And I don't know the invisible hands, and I'm not going to talk about it. But what I see on papers is that Yeke Kolba has been accused of I guess treason and breach of peace. He has the right to defend himself. But one thing we all need to understand is that this is not a court where they're going to look at preponderance of the facts and say, well, then it's about votes. If you have 2/3 of the people you're working with say we want to work with you, that is a problem for Yeke Kolba. And I think to Terry's point, if we would take Terry's analysis and say, you know what, there might be some money that's changed and this is liberal politics, assuming that is true. I know you said allegedly, but let's assume that is true. If that is true, that is the reason I said that Yeke is playing the wrong game. Because Terry, my point about him being suspended is that there are people in the legislature that can't stand Yeke. They don't like him for the things he does. But that they will feel like expulsion is way too much. If he went to those people and told them, hey, vote against expulsion, but suspend me, I think he will have a lot more people behind the scene that will say, look, if we expel this man, we have to now put money into a new election. There is a lot of things that come with that. Versus, I don't have the stomach to expel him, but I can propose a different motion on the floor to suspend him. And I think that is a good political strategy for Yeke Kolba. Even some of the very people that are right now saying, like, what was the lady representative that wrote and said she's good friend with Yeke, she called him her husband and stuff and said his behavior was unbecoming. Somebody like that would be able to vote for a suspension versus an expulsion. So Yeke now has to be, you shouldn't allow, CDC people here talking about saying this is a breach and everything. If you guys know this is a breach and this is a United Party being thin-skinned, call your 24 representatives. Call CDC 24 representatives and vote against it. By the time CDC vote as a block, the whole thing is there. You can stay in the house. You call them instead of coming here to make this noise. Call your people instead of just let them vote. They talk. You know, so I think to Terry's point, in Liberia, there's always invisible hand, and that's the reason I said that Yeke, he still has a play. He still has people that he's campaigning with and campaigning for that he can go to that don't like his attitude. This one thing he's done, but I will be willing to stomach a suspension over an expulsion.
So Terry, thank you, Cece. Terry, let me come to you and wrap this up. Then we can find other subject matter to discuss here. Let me come to you. No, Walter Carter would wrap that one up. But let me come to you, Terry. You think those who are pushing for the trying to expel Yeke Kolba, like I'm also going to be pushing the board to expel Dr. Mali here very shortly. Yeah. Do you think, no, on a very serious note, do you think they already have the vote? You think they already did the counting and they feel they have the vote? Is that why they're pushing this? Or they're just trying to throw the spaghetti on the wall and see which one going to stick?
Labor, those people, in my opinion, those people already have the vote for expulsion. Those boys, those boys are dangerous. Those boys, when they stick to something, forget it. And you see, the main barman in the show, that Tomo Fala. When Tomo Fala went on the radio the few days, the things he said, I knew that Yeke is up for something serious. But like senior brother sister said, if I were Yeke, I would start lobbying my colleagues for suspension because it will come. Like what a guy need. There's a guy, one other guy to I think I shared in the chat room. He apologized for making blanket statement to rule laws. They play the evidence. Why
You mean
Yeke couldn't have that same?
is that Jacob DB?
Yeah, I think the guy from Zwedru. I'm not from
Ranger.
Zwedru, but from Grand Juda County. He made blanket statement in regards to saying that 200,000 were missing, blah, blah, blah. But he could not defend it, you see? And the rule of law played the evidence in front of him. He listened to himself, but he apologized. So apparently they may discipline him, but his discipline will be minimized, you see? So I expected for Yeke to follow that same trend. But he started making the people vex now to start going to Supreme Court, to start holding the thing and doing all kinds of things, smearing it all over the place. It may create bad blood for him even more. So if I were him, I would just rally around my colleagues and apologize so that they can minimize the disciplinary action. And then we move on. In my opinion, I think that's what it is, bro.
Ultra virus part 2 coming. Ultra virus part 2.
Yeah.
Seriously, Ultra Viral Part 2.
I think so. Since Walter Carter, give us a closing on this, and then we're gonna go to the next subject matter.
Yeah. So
Do you
worst case
think,
scenario.
Walter
Go ahead.
Carter? I'm running my show. I ask question before you
I don't
say
have that
something.
Libro,
Mali
go ahead,
email.
Libro.
So I don't know if somebody sent it to him already.
Cesar, please send it to Dr. Madi if you have an email.
Let me check the emails. I don't think I have it, but let me check. I'll forward it to him. Let me check.
So Walter Carter, what question I'm gonna ask you again?
How I know?
Since I don't remember, then you go ahead.
So worst case scenario, right? Terry and Sissy, right? So worst case scenario where it will be ultra virus part 2. The rule of law prevailed. And worst case scenario. So then they will have to go to where the same thing about providing evidence and then giving them a due process before the whole thing goes about. One thing I agree with both of you guys on is they have to go and get that 2/3 vote. The 2/3 vote, they gotta be there. So right now, if all the people from the rule of law group come together and say, you know what I mean? All the people saying in the House Rule Committee and all that, they will have to come to the floor and then we'll have to take that vote. They start lobbying right now so they can get the 25 individuals that will oppose the vote to expelling. And then we just go back to square one. Where you can go about maintaining his position and continue to speak the way he speaks. But other than that, they will get their way, whether you like it or not, whether brown envelope pass around. They got some people even within the rule of law that really do not like Yeke Koluba. But they will not come uprightly and say we didn't like him. We didn't like the way he speak. They will just go and do their vote, and when you look, Yeke Koluba will be up.
So let me thank you. Let me come to you.
Dr. Mali, I just forwarded the email to you.
Let you sit on that. Let me come to you, Sissy, on this here. I think I got one or two more questions to go around here. So, Sissy, knowing who Yeke is, since President we have turned and now President Bakai, you think Yeke will be fine if they just keep him and say go for punishment, but we'll keep you in the house, or you think now they have brought it up, Yeke should say, I'm out of here? The reason I'm asking this is, do you see Yeke trying to be teased by this ruling? If they decide to say we're not going to expel you, but we're going to punish you, or how do you call it, suspend you and things like that, but don't do it again. You think that will stop Yeke from that, or that will weaken Yeke as a politician?
Let me quote my own cousin, the honorable Yeke Koliba. The plate spoon supposed to reach before more open. It's been reaching that. So have you ever seen Yeke Koliba this neatly cut, clean cut, haircut in a green blazer, looking so sophisticated now? I thought that picture I keep it for my cousin. I was laughing at him. I didn't know my cousin to be that handsome way. A very nicely looking way. You cut your hair and you don't go with the karate suit that you got for George Weah. But look, let me say this. I think Yeke has understood that there is limit, and he's hit against that wall. For a very long time, he hasn't seen that limit. Even when he was suspended several times during the CDC administration without pay, and he kept going to court for his back pay. I think he was even going to court until Joseph Braga took over for his back pay, right? Every time he goes, they do something, he sit down here, I carry people one for suspend, he sit down here, he come back again, he does something different. Because he was always testing for that boundary. I think he understands that at this time, he's gotten to that stuff is really real. And I think that with an action besides expulsion sends a message to Yeke. Now, how long that message lasts in his brain is a whole different thing. But I don't believe that Yeke will be as freely speaking, as freely just expressing things as he has been if he's taken back. He will still say stuff. He will still insult the president because the group that is holding him in judgment did not say they're holding him for insulting the president. So he will still insult the president. He will still test them on that. But as far as being just general and just saying anything that comes and anything goes, I don't think Yeke will do that anymore. But to say Yeke will not cause the president or that he will not even leave from there and insult them for and everybody that want to lie, he will cause all of them back because that is still protected. But he will just be careful about the things he say and the things he doesn't say. It will almost be like one pro that he carried to South Beach right before Valentine's Day. It will be almost like that coming back out and knowing, you can cuss any people that everybody you can cuss. It will be just like that. I'm calling me because my own man down. I want to call my mom. So I'm pretty much aware.
Okay. All right, Cherry, you wrap it, then we'll move on. Let me ask you this. We know Yeke has ruffled a lot of feathers. While we agree, Yeke campaigned for a lot of people who won the election and become representative and stuff like that. But at the same time, he has created a long list of enemies, I believe. You think now the chicken have come home to roost, and now the people who Yeke have pissed up over the year, the Kali, the Jean Collie and all the other people, you think now that they smell it, they will go for the kill that Yeke indeed is going to be removed because of hate. And then, on the second one to that, if Yeke was Samson told by a representative and made that statement, you think the hammer would have come down hard on me the way they do it with Yeke?
That's a very beautiful question. And I don't know. It depends on your position at the time. If you are a strong voice against the ruling party, I sure know that hammer will land on you severely. But you're in a political theater now, and the best way a ruling party can get the agenda accomplished is when they don't have strong opposition voices speaking against them. And Yeke know about all the in total of the Unity Party, and he got his own people that can listen to him. So I think the Unity Party might take advantage of the opportunity of Yeke vulnerability, because this is the only time that they will have, this is the only chance that they will have, because like what Sissy said, if Yeke graduate from there, he will know not to cross that line anymore. So if they allow the animal to escape the trap, I doubt they will be able to catch it next time. So this is the trap that have been set, and the animal fell right into it. Then dodging the trap until it fall down inside. So if you allow that trap, if you allow the animal to escape that trap, it's not coming back. So, so Jim Colette is looking at it to see what they're gonna do. And I think Yeke is in a very hard, he's in a, he's against the word, in my opinion.
Thank you. What's up, cause let's go
Yep.
down the one and this last question go for all three of you. We start with Walter, and then we'll say, and then Terry can close it. Then we'll move on to the next question. I'll open the line. The question that I have for all three of you is this: what is the purpose of the Supreme Court injecting itself into this? Is it because they want to find themselves in the limelight as well, or is it because they feel that somebody's right is being violated that they want to find out what it is, or could they not have just say, you know what, you'll take it back there and you'll deal with it. If it smell, if it break, if it rotten will smell it, or if it bust will smell it. Instead, you say, oh, before it bust, let's smell it now. Walter Carter, why do you think the Supreme Court is getting involved? What is the purpose? And what are the end game here for the Supreme Court?
First of all, I think the Supreme Court, like they said in, I think one of the ruling and statement, they don't go looking for cases. I think it was the time they, they got Prophet Key, and people were saying why all the time Prophet Key was causing the past. Why didn't with Judy Andy? Why the Supreme Court uh, intervene? The Supreme Court, so we don't go look for case. It's able to bring it to us, then we will intervene. So in this case, Yaka Koluba went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, in their wisdom, know that they are the final arbiter of justice, so they have to weigh on this issue. And I think the Supreme Court putting her to this is to review what is unfolding, because his lawyer spoke and everybody's heard that, to give him due process. And due process, I don't care whether you got your own set of rules in your house, your rules do not supersede the Constitution of Liberia. It should fall in line with the Constitution of Liberia. So sometimes when I hear
But wait, Walter Carter, why? Say, what going on with me now? The few days. Why am I a sedition and myself arguing on the same line? I take it back. I take it back. I take everything I say here to the Supreme Court. You ain't got no business in the thing here. You sit down and find a place to sit down. What the? Go ahead, go ahead, my brother.
yeah, no, so the Supreme Court has to like I said, the law, because a lot of people say, especially those people in the house, they feel emboldened and entitled to, oh, they will make it our own rules. It's a political theater, this, that, and the other one. But your rules you make should fall in line with the Constitution, the organic law of the land. So you can't just make rules. So for instance, so if they say they can make their own rules, and the Liberian Constitution does now hold them accountable, they could sit there and say, happen today, that kills the person. That the rules in the house, so the law will back them. No, that's not how it works. You have to, your law have to be, or your rules have to be in line with the organic law of the land. And if it's not, then Supreme Court, when people take that complaint to the Supreme Court has to step in and investigate and come out with a ruling.
Thank you. You read what Dr. Toto wrote.
I ain't got time for Dr. Toto, that all of libero.
Let's hear from you. Since on the same question, why you
Yeah,
think Supreme Court trying to
I think mine is brief. Actually, I forgot I had a double play meeting, so after
Yeah,
this
please.
I'll be running. But
Okay, that's okay.
the issue of the Supreme Court, I think, is procedural. The Supreme Court gets a plaintiff. They're not just going to say move for here, shoot, go away, right? If they say go away, they have to give a constitutional reason why they say go away. And so the Supreme Court cannot just get Yeke group go there and they say move for here, go away, or Yeke group go there and they say, okay, we'll move for Yeke. That is the whole reason for the conference, is to be able to hear both sides and then figure out if this is a place for them or not a place for them to rule. And if it's a place to say, well, you go back to your colleagues, ultra virus part 2, or status quo ante part 3, whatever that is going to be, you cannot rule if you haven't heard the all sides of the.
What you're saying, if what you're saying, if it's something we got to go by, which it is, that we need to, then why put a halt to this process? You could still
What?
have a conference while the people are
No,
continuing.
but LeBron, you cannot be trying to hear a case while they think the case is against is still ongoing. You have to halt the process and hear. You can't. The water can keep flowing. And you say you to build a dam. The water, you have to be able to make sure and say, well, we got to stop something first, and then before we deal with that. So they have to stop what is going on, because what if they allow that to go and continue and go to a place where it's irreversible and they find that it was illegal? Now you have to reverse stuff that has now become solidified. And so you pause it, and then you hear folks out. And that's why they pause it for until tomorrow. They didn't pause it for a very long time. This is going to be an easy thing, a very easy thing. The Supreme Court didn't say, oh, we'll hold it for 2 weeks or for 1 week. They're holding it till tomorrow. So you will see that this thing, but the Supreme Court was acting within procedure. You carry your kids, and they're just going to say, shoot, move right away. You get called back. You know, they're not going to do that. They got to hear all sides of it, and that's why they put a halt to that. But guys, it's been really wonderful seeing all of you. Sorry, I plan to be in another meeting. I jumped in this one, and that's my bad. I apologize. But
that's okay.
It's nice
that's
seeing all
okay.
of you.
Thank you. Nice seeing you again.
Okay.
Hopefully you'll be able to join us again. Let's
All
go
right.
to you, Terry. Thank you. Good night, Cesar. Terry, let's hear from you.
Well, Libra, this is where we are. This is Liberia for you. And I think these are all the things that happen in politics. And like most people can say, political theater is not a church. So, and all the kind of thing. After them, they remove their own people, they remove Kabina Jane illegally and all of that. And yet they say that they did the right thing. Today, they are advocating for something similar for our government to do the right thing, which of course myself will want them to do the right thing. But again, this is the political system we have, and these are all the kind of things that go along with it. The only thing I will advise is that let the legislature suspend Yeke. They can suspend him, but not to expel him. Because if they do, there will be a whole lot of, they will just create a whole lot of noise in the country again. And majority of the things the president is undertaking will never be seen. That now you see the Yeke Koluba scenario have taken over the work that the foreign minister was doing. All the things Gafanen was saying today, all the good things. The president is in Ethiopia making some great gains. All those things pass away from us because people are talking about Yeke Koluba. You see? So the government is keep missing the mark. The executive keep missing on what should be prioritized. That will sell the image out there. They keep missing the mark with every little opportunity and chance they get. They convolute it by allowing other things to overshadow the success of the president. You see? So now everybody focus now is on the Unity Party trying to move Yeke Koluba. The Unity Party is trying to move Yeke Koluba. And that is what the opposition will do. They will capitalize on your error, and they will make all your work blanket. They will cover all your work so that you can focus in a direction that makes no sense to the entire country.
Thank
Like
you.
everybody in the country don't know who Yeke is.
Thank you. Again, folks, Samson told Labropa Rito, Dr. Tutu, you're very rough tonight on Yeke Koluba, huh? Yeah. Anyhow, give us a call here, 916-533-2048. Walter Carter, what's on your plate this evening?
Well, the liberal, I go back to the police brutality of innocent surveillance in our society, peaceful citizens, people who honor the Constitution, they are guaranteed their rights to self-determination, protestation, and freedom of speech.
Walter Carter, can you hold on right there, please? Let me take this caller. Caller, Samson told Labropa Rito, what's your name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind?
Thank you. This is Prince Sharif, and I'm calling you from the East Coast.
Thank you. Hold on. Let me take this sound. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let me welcome my own brother back. Thank that for coming back. We follow your work, and we want to say On behalf of the Liberian community, we appreciate the work that you people do there in Minnesota. We follow you religiously and saw how was very involved in this issue of ICE. We commend you. We want to say thank you so much.
That would
And I
be
want
to
to say
that would
thanks
be
to
to
all of
that would be to Sissy, correct?
yeah, Honorable Sisse,
Yeah.
Honorable
Okay.
Sisse.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to say thanks. And I also want to say thanks to the Reverend, my own brother, Pastor Terry. Thank you so much for what you do for Liberia. All of us will now have the same view relative to what is happening in Liberia. And this is the kind of democracy that His Excellency
You coming to a plenty time there. You're watching.
trying to, introduce in Liberia. Today, President Weah has set a legacy
There we go.
that will forever be followed by every president of the Republic of Liberia. He has changed the political dynamic.
What was it? What was the legacy? What was the legacy President we have sent?
The legacy President we have said is that the presidency will no longer be in the executive mansion. The presidency will no longer sit down just by the title, but it will be visible. What I mean, the presidency should be accompanied by what we call tangibles, by work. Like, for example, when he was the president of the Republic of Liberia, we saw the building of the 14 military hospital. We saw the building of, hospitals around the place in River G, in Grand Judea County, as we speak now, the hospital sells schools.
Hold on. Let me merge, Dr. Tutu, please. Let me merge, Dr. Tutu. Hopefully, it will be coming on here. Taking too long. Okay. All right. Hold on. Dr. Tutu, your phone is not letting me to merge. Okay. All right. It's not letting me to merge anymore. All right. Are you there? Prince? Prince Sherry, are you with me? Okay. Let me call you back because Dr. Tutu now cut me off. Let me try again. Oh, did I place the call on hold? Oh, my goodness. All right, Sherry. Let me call you back. Dr. Tutu, hold on. Let me see if I can merge. Okay, here we go. Okay, merge. I hope this will work for me this time. Oh. I feel the other phone here tonight more Western Chinese phone. Yeah, but Prince said he's talking a lot of. Hello? What's going on my phone? You're just
You
giving.
sure that, Mr. So? Because
Yeah, the man
Mr. So
phone
is
my
getting
key
ready
again.
for you.
I know.
The Bush finished from EU now. That's so
Yeah, I think
California EU.
I think I need to go back.
Oh.
Okay, Prince Sherry, if you can, please give me a call. Prince Sherry, please give me a call. I can't get you. I don't know what's going on. Prince Sherry, please give me a call. But anyways, go ahead, Dr. Toto. For some reason, I'm not getting any of you, so you guys can try and call me back. Let's try that. We'll go ahead and make a statement because we'll be so leaving.
Yeah, so what on my mind tonight is speaking about the police brutality of peaceful citizens in our nation. And I think it's alarming. I think the police has to do better.
All right, hold on. Dr. Toto, Prince Sherry, please give me a call. Please, Prince Sherry, please give me a call. Okay, Prince Sherry is calling. Let me see if I can merge these people now. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh shit! What kind of business is this tonight? Okay. All right. Okay, Prince Sherry. All right, Prince Sherry. Dr. Tutu, let Prince Sherry finish, then I'll call you. Go ahead, Prince.
Yes, sir. So, as I was saying, His Excellency President Dr. George Mano Weah have set a tone for what we call a presidential achievement in that particular country. Just over the period of 4 years that he said, even though on the records we have 6 years, but we all know what happened in the Ukraine war COVID-19 and etc. The global, what we call a shift, and the global political, unsettlement that was happening in the world. But within the period of 4 years, we saw what President Weah did. Now, what is really important that I want to
What happened to the other 2 years? What happened to the other 2 years?
We know that those 2 years was eaten by the COVID-19. It was taken away by, the Russian and Ukraine war. We had what we call drought, that affected our global economic chain. Everywhere was affected. Of that. And there were so many things happening in the first 2 years of His Excellency President Dr. George Weah. But we saw what he did even in those periods where it was difficult. His developmental agenda did not cease, or he did not, pause on his development. That was, in fact, during the period we saw an unprecedented level of development, infrastructure development, human resource development, etc., etc. That was when doctors were sent out of Liberia during the heat of that particular era to, advance their knowledge. That was when we saw students going abroad to equip themselves, teachers, and etc. But that is not the issue. Here is the issue. We are talking about the issue of Honorable Yeke Koluba. Let me say this. It is unfortunate that our once cherished democracy, our once cherished and very flourished respect for the rule of law, that today, Honor Mr. Boyka, that particular cherished democracy and respect for the rule of law have been trampled upon by this particular government. It is not strange that today this government that claims to come on the mantra of rescue will continue to disrespect the rule of law. Today we saw a communication from the Supreme Court trying to put a halt, to what is happening for a day so that they can look into it. Look, Liberians, we should not be surprised. This will end nowhere. Mr. Boyka has shown a consistent pattern of disrespect for the rule of law. Oh, you want me to remind you? Let me remind you about what happened to the Honorable Funadi Kofa when he took his issue to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court came out, with an opinion. Mr. Boyka said to the Supreme Court that I ain't give up. Ask about you, I will do what I want to do. So let's even forget about what happened even to Honorable Speaker. But let's look at what happened to Aloysius Tabu, the central bank governor, when he was being accused and he was being falsely dismissed by Joseph Joma Boyka. He ran to the court. And what happened? Mr. Boyka bypassed the court and called him and said, I'm begging you, $300,000 for you to go see that. No, let's forget about that. Let's go to the NAFA boss. Emma Glasgow. Let's go to Emma Glasgow. When Emma Glasgow was falsely accused and dismissed of her position, she ran, and at the end of the day, what happened? The LACC say, I beg you, man, we cannot get no issue against you. We just here and go here and go see that. Let's even forget about that. But let's come to the most recent one.
All right, okay, but you gotta wrap that now. You gotta.
So to just conclude.
Please.
Let's go to the LTA, where these people were illegally dismissed and they decided to run to the Supreme Court. When they ran to the Supreme Court told Joseph Joma Boyka, say, Papi, the way he's proceeding and not looking correct, you got to respect the rule of law. He said, well, to help with the Supreme Court, he decided to do his own thing. So I am not surprised that the devil that Mr. Joseph Joma Boyka has created, that today this man is speaking, and Yeke is even more refined in this opposition than he was in Honor Joseph Joma Boyka. But today, because they cannot countenance the condemnation and the exposure from Yeke Koluba, who was with them, today they are doing things orthodox.
Thank you.
So Mr. Boyka should be warned that the Liberian people will resist any attempt by this government to make a one-party system and to subdue people's voices from being critical. We will resist it to the highest level. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and we are listening.
Thank you. You were resisted right there in Maryland. Let me call Dr. Toto. Stay right there in Maryland, resisted. Don't go to Labra. Let me call Dr. Toto. Oh, Dr. Toto, I'm calling you Wednesday. Go straight out.
Don't you bring Dr. Toto on the show tonight?
Why not?
Tabula Rasa coming. Can you come to Tabula Rasa?
Oh. Try again.
Lead it, man. The main one.
Somebody using his number, calling himself Dr. Toto?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, okay. My finger might have been placed on number on me. Yeah, Doc, go ahead. Sorry about that, but let's hear from you, sir.
Yeah, let me greet you guys earlier. First Sherry signing North Korean president. All they attack you, but they get attacked.
Kim Jong-un.
All they launch you, Lisa, I think they get attacked. You know, but Libra, look at the argument at the debate here. You can come back make a blanket irresponsible in there. It's either he can be a party guy or even a colleague that in the opposition as sedition and the other people instead of them trying to talk to him that that's in there or regularly a party guy a colleague to have some clemency for him. That's the situation. Instead of them trying to copy up to be putting on a lot of for nothing fight a lot of for fight that need to be fought. You make a irresponsible in there. Just supporting the Liberian people, we try us in there. We saw three John Riata. They or pre-sharing they want to go teach all to bring the rule of law to us when they were there since a year. When all the attack down government officials were even sanctioned for Russia and they see rule of law. When they were beating people in that town there. Who can even stay your face or sedition attack? No, so they need to come out, they need to refine their tool when they come to the Yaga Kolobas on it. Like different opposition people come and speak, they will hear the ESC or other people come and speak on the Yaga Kolobas issue. They will say, okay, we'll get us a clean on the top. But that's the issue that went on Canada there. You beat people in that town there. You harass people. You're impeached at a social justice for no cost. And you're walking with your celebrating away. Then today, you want to tell us that, you can call back. Oh, you need to try to, your father, you're going to direct it, or we're talking about this issue here. You're talking to your God, you're to apologize like real people, so he could get house or clemency or he, so they can restore him. That will expel him. I need to propose you also maybe one or two more suspension.
Thank you, Doc. All right. Thank you, Doctor. Dr. Tutu, thank you very much. All right. Rescue 3, I didn't see you here tonight, so apparently maybe you're not. Thank you. We'll talk about what will be your closing.
So no, I told my place all my morning say closing again, bro. Anyway, no,
Combine it.
I'm not surprised to hear if you see like Dr. Toto come on the show and talk some real tabula rasa conversation here. You know, this man went on my post and want to say he see why, you know, he and I can get along, or even the Reverend political Reverend here. Or so let me tell you something, Dr. Toto. You people came to power on lies. You people told the Liberian people that this president, our former president, was this, he was that. He beat people, he took people from training position, he moved cabinet Janet, and all that thing was illegal. Today, you're doing the exact same thing. You're doing the same thing, and you won't find justification for these things. The thing you people frown up before is the same thing you people are exhibiting in this government. And I think it's solely, it's like embarrassing when I hear a doctor come out to justify such a thing. You know, it breaks my heart because now you're supposed to set an example. You were part of the former progressive, the progressive that filled our society, that miserably, damaged our society. You come back on a platform to tell us that Yeke Koluba should be expelled or he should apologize. Apologize for what? When President Weah came out and said anybody who says something to me, they will not walk the street of Monrovia, they will be arrested or you people came out and y'all condemn him. The next day, people were on President Weah cussing him. Nobody went to jail for that. Nobody went to jail for that. Yeke Koluba was cussing. Cameron Costa was cussing. You didn't go to jail for that. You people sat down, you're liar, went to Sierra Leone, said they were hunting y'all, they put you in cartoon, like bullying and y'all left the country, whatever. Nobody bothered you guys. What we're saying here, the very people that spoke ill about President Weah, that you're supported, you're sending your hard money to, you're continue cussing President Weah and his administration, that the people you're running after today because they're doing the same thing that you're in your government. That's why I say unity party. Unity party. They don't have the balls to take of criticism, and the how political opponents supposed to take criticism. By the time you criticize Unity Party, they get in their feelings and they
Thank you.
come at you.
Thank you,
Very-
Watching Carter. Thank you very much. Let's join Mr. So tomorrow. Hopefully, Mr. So will be
We
on
got
air.
more time. Ain't nothing like you said. You
No,
cutting the
we're
show off.
going. We're going. We're going. Let's hear from you. Let's hear from you, Terry. I'm running my show. That's why Dr. Maliv refused to come on. Let's hear from you, Terry.
Yeah, Libra. So, Prince Sheridan, yesterday Prince Sherry King and talk a lot of Tabata that I didn't respond to. I know it was yesterday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
And one of those things Tabata is being repeated, giving ultimatum. Now, here's the thing, Mr. Sherry, is that you are speaking as an individual. You're not even speaking from the CDC position. You're not speaking at the position of CDC. Even when you say you're threatening Gregory Coleman that he should resign or else we do the. You're speaking as an individual. That is not even your party position. So it's weak. Your position weak. It stand no ground. You have your opinion, you have your thought, but these are all positions from Prince Sherry's own, standpoint and not from the position of the party. So as a
Terry,
result,
hold your point right there. You know who this next question is. Let's hear it. All right. Let's hear from you.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. We're listening. Where you calling from? What on your mind?
Am I calling the right show? Mr. Toe, how you doing?
Fine. How you doing?
Fine. The only thing that's on my mind, I just wanted to make a comment directly to Dr. Toto. That Dr. Toto is the reason why you cannot get no new member. Stuck with the same old people, and the same ideas. That's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Thank you. One thing I noticed, and one thing I'm praying to God for a long life on this, is that the 2029 election, they're going to start next year. The campaign season going to start next year. Shit. But Terry, go ahead. We're less busy. Liberian, when it comes to politics and the continuing situation back home, we're less busy. Let's hear from you, Terry. Go ahead. Before you're closing, I'm sorry about that.
so this is what it is. But here is the thing, Libra. I did see certain report that troubled me, from the supplementary budget. And I think we need to do better than that. All right. And a lot of things I saw under the public under the public administration. And a lot of people are not looking at these things. The people have 475,000 in payroll processing, 150,000 purchase of special or specialized check printing machines, which is not bad. 300,000 purchasing of budget development software, 500,000 special spending.
But you sure that AI you really do us?
Then I really know.
Because material down there, most likely
this is what in the
machine that
supplementary.
will do the work for themselves. You don't have to put anything inside for that kind of money.
Yeah, so maybe the machine is going to produce money. So
this is where the opposition, you see, they're not smart. They're supposed to have committee that will do like what you're just doing. Go in and look for these things and bring them up. And the information you gather here, you didn't go and do a lot of research. They're there, but they're not going to go after it. They'll go after something they know they're not going to win.
Because CDC,
That got
that's why I told
selective
you,
hearing.
CDC lack
Yeah,
the
but you spoke about it, Terry.
sophistication.
Walter Carter, your time
challenge
is over.
the
Right now, you're
unit
on
party
borrowed
government.
time.
You chime me in on
No,
the next
you're
statement.
on borrowed time. That's Terry time. You're on borrowed
Give
time.
me 10, ba. Give me 10.
Yeah, I
Let me
tell you,
talk.
man.
This project you got here, you need to change
political
it.
revenue.
But
Political revenue.
Libra,
Anyway, go ahead.
so these are the things that looking at that really something. But to be honest with you, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm just going to pack it because but yeah, I'm just going to pack it. I leave it there, But it was a good show. But one thing CDC need to understand is that you see these are the kind of things that are going to be running after Yeke Koloba thing because all the distraction going on, they don't even know what really happening.
Thank you. Before
Yeah,
you
thank
leave,
you.
before you leave, Terry, let me play 2 videos here for you. Let's do this.
Come to power and you decide that you would change and you would do the things that you're not supposed to do, the people will stand up because you failed the people. You failed the people. When you come to power and you decide that you would change and you would do the things that you're not supposed to do, the people will stand up. Look in the region. Everybody is progressing but us. Every country is progressing but us. And you expect that we will not stand up? You have us to deal with now, George Weah. You have us to deal with.
I know that won't give you top there. I know that I said more than
Liver,
deliver.
let
Hold
me
on,
see
hold on,
this.
hold
And
on,
we
hold
stood up and we said, you know what? Let's give him an opportunity. Let's give him a chance. And you decided to take it and flush it down the toilet, and then you expect that we will not stand up? You have us to deal with now, George Weah. You have us to deal with.
Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, I just wanted to show something. If this is the supplementary budget, is serious. Look at this. It says Social Development Services Sector, Ministry of Youth and Sport, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Liberia Refugee Repatriation and Resettlement Commission. But see what happened. 500,000 was given for additional support to the National Youth Empowerment Program for the continuation of economic empowerment. But look at down. They gave 1 million.
Who's
Look at
down?
the local government services sector. Local government services 1 million to put for the enrollment of additional chiefs and local government officials on government payroll. $1 million given to support for enrollment of additional chiefs
Mm-hmm.
in local government. But 500,000 is given to the National Youth Empowerment Program.
And when you send it, when a student go in the street, then they beat them.
So you
And you
see,
think you're gonna win election.
I really don't understand
You
our
know, some
priorities.
of us
I don't
are
get it.
we're very good at the politics business. We got real good sharp mouth, and so CDC can make it with us. And I'm so tired. Some of us been running away from these show there, but they can make it with us. We got good sharp mouth. We know what we're talking about. We're guru. Well,
Yeah.
Doctor, thank you very much for the night. It was nice
Mr.
having you.
Mr. Tool, I don't care what you do. You can play all your different videos. It
Oh,
won't
oh,
help you.
oh,
But I
okay.
know it will. It
What,
will.
what,
It will give you. It will give you.
Read
It
an
will give you
article
that.
this morning that touched my heart. It talks about the different people according to the Greek
Well, you guys gotta show the
understanding.
nightmare. That
They
means a
talk about
nightmare when
the
people see it.
idiots, the citizens, and the large group of people, the tribe men. The idiots are those that don't care about what they do. They eat banana, they throw the peelings in the street because they don't care. They litter the highway. They don't care about how other people live. They think they are the only ones God made, so they don't care. The second group of people that talk about the tribe, they believe only their ethnic groups matters. They believe only their tribe people, their friends, their cronies. And the last group of people are the citizens, the people who care about country, who want to be responsible, who don't care. And I always say leaders are not necessarily to be loved, they should be respected. And that's what I believe in. I know you will not love me because I'm strict. You will not love me because I tell you the truth, or because I don't necessarily give you a job that you're not qualified for. But in the long run, you appreciate the fact that I create an opportunity for you to live in a clean environment, that I create an opportunity for you to live in a safe environment, that you can be secured and your family
I think we are talking about a leadership that will make people lie down at night. They may not have, one time we had a debate and all my rivals were talking about people ride $50,000 car. Henry, you ride $50,000 car because it's an SUV. In America, you can ride any car as long as roadworthy.
Mhm.
You don't have roads, you can ride cars. And I tell people when you're dealing with people, I say you do not drive straight on a crooked road. People that are
A
not
bulletproof
honest,
car on
people
purple
that do
roads,
not
Libra.
care about people.
Walter
Bulletproof
Carter,
car on purple roads,
Labor,
Libra.
please put the
wa-
thing down. We don't want you.
we're not ready
we don't
yet.
Bu-
want. We're not ready you
Bulletproof
for
car
that.
on purple
Put
road.
it. Yeah, we ain't ready you for that.
You get it.
Get out and say sleeping. These people they don't
Bulletproof
help
car,
them, labor.
bulletproof car
Don't help.
on purple
Listen,
roads
labor,
in
you are a
Liberia.
political guru. You need to be paid for your work. Don't let nobody play and be, and use
Libra,
you
what a
like what they call.
contradiction. What a contradiction, Libra. Bulletproof car on purple roads.
Good night,
This to
Walter
show you the
Carter.
lies. This to show you the lies the people told. The lies the
Before
people told.
Walter Carter, good night, Terry. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Let me. You guys can stay if you want, but I'll just read this passage here from William Yanu's book. Guys, if you're listening, this is a wonderful book, mitigating the legacies of a misguided vision, the case of Liberia, William G. Yanu. And then he says here, let me go. I wanted to explain, even if just to myself, why, for example, government service, not businesses, industry, or science and technology seem to be the lifelong dream of so many, or why more often than not form is preferred over substance. I also wanted to know why the country was so absolutely plain and poorly managed, and why its literacy rate remains so high despite many years of independence. That's Wolonyano. And these are the kind of questions he goes into answer as I will be reading this book from time to time. Again, folks, thank you,
Wow.
Walter Carter,
I saw
Terry.
that book today on your page, labor.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I'm gonna
it's a
look for it
it,
on
yeah,
Amazon.
yeah, it's a good book. I mean, when you the guy, first of all, I think you see me interviewing this guy. He's a good friend of mine. I had him on LPI. He's an engineer as well, but very good writer, very good writer. Uh, yeah, yeah, you can get it. You can get it on Dr. Tutu. You can get it on of Amazon. Okay, I will continue. It's a good reading. Okay, first he tells you all of these things. Liberia growth and development during its more than 177 years history as a nation are marked by several inflection points, and he gives each one of those inflection points. Oh man, it's. I will read it. I will continue to read it. But yeah, this is the part that I like. This is the part that I like. Of course, he said a fictitious name, but I like it here. He said, now listen to this. During the fall of 2018, as I was beginning my Senate campaign and Liberian debate, the prospects of the WIA administration, three colleagues, Dimitri, James, and Toll. But he said official name, like I'm not me, that somebody else he said, okay. All but this is Toll now. Toll asking Yano now. Toll, he said, Toll, I want to ask, why do Liberia and think about this as I'm gonna read from Toll now. What I liberal have asked this question a long time before. Toll, I want to ask, why do Liberians continue to fail on development front?
Hmm.
I was told long ago that to succeed, to move an object from one point to another, one needs three key things. One, you must have the will, not just the desire. You must have the know how. And three, you must have the material resources. That told speaking of. That told, but that not mean he said that somebody that other told that I something told he said a different told. Okay. But it's if you get your hand on it, it's very interesting reading. But I will do my best here to continue to
But your
read
knee
night
in the
after
book,
night.
liberal. Your knee is in the boat. Are you the man talking to?
No, the man talking. He said it. Yeah, but he said that's different people that I'm me, but he just
I know. I'm
told.
just kidding. But
But
this is true, liberal.
it's a good reading. It's a good
Yeah.
reading. It's so. If you can go on Amazon and get it, how much was it? I think about $35 or $40 or so, something like that. So it's not that expensive. But the
No.
thing about it is the way he lays out the book, chronological order in terms of history and why he believes, and many of the things he stated here are still happening.
Hmm.
Things that happened back in Testament time are still
Right.
being repeated. Then how are we going to move? How do you expect us to move? We're not going anywhere. We're not going to go anywhere. So let me get out of here. Walter Carter, thank you very much. We are Tabata again tonight. Terry, as usual, rescue too.
Tabata 001.
Yeah, Terry, thank you tonight again as
Yeah, my nigga.
LPR
Have a good
lawyer
one.
here. LPR lawyer, you
Yeah.
continue to educate us.
You wish, you wish, you wish, you wish, you wish, you
All
wish.
right, Keto,
Okay.
I told you to take the picture down. You stay doing it. Hey, this
But
is not for you.
no, but this is what
This is
I'm
not
gonna
your
do now.
CDC project.
I'm gonna edit this thing out instead of LPR senior contributor. I would say Walter Carter with
Oh,
Unity Party / President Baka project.
Look at
wow.
that. Look at
Yeah.
that. Look at that.
You want me Keto to cry now?
But that
Look
what
at,
the thing is. That what
look
it
at
is.
that.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna say.
See, never cease to amaze me.
All
All right,
right,
man,
guys, let
Keto.
me get out of here.
I know your Manchester people, Manchester United not going nowhere. So I don't know. You need to change that. You need to go put your team somewhere.
Manchester Party, they're learning. They're in a learning stage.
Serious. Keto
They
is
in
brave to be wearing Manchester t-shirt kind of day.
Kata,
Yo,
you gotta be serious though. You're supposed to
Yeah.
Manchester
hide that
all.
T-shirt for now.
I have no apology. I told
You're
Yeah.
y'all,
not going to
if you don't
Champion
get
League
it,
next season.
put
You're not
No,
people
going nowhere in the
who
you're not
Premier
told
going
League.
you.
anywhere.
Why are
You
you
folk on the
wearing
table
Your
and say we're not
best
going to
Manchester?
bet, your
Champions League.
best bet is to go back and bring people like Ryan Gate, bring people like
Right.
Rooney, and bring those people
Look at the
back.
liberal, look
Ronaldo
at the
That's
there.
the
liberal
only
living in the
thing.
past.
But the
Look at
Liver is
the
a legend. You
liberal.
hear the name Liver calling? You gotta be a soccer or
Brother,
somebody that really pay attention
liberal
to the
ain't to be
game
behind the pole
to
catching
call him
ball on
names there.
FIFA on the not practice plantation the bring in ladder. He know football.
I
I
beg
People
you,
know,
give me
yeah.
talking, he know
I
football.
know football. Okay. Go ask Mahmoud out there. Definitely, I know football.
Coconut plantation or picking up to see liberal in the behind the pole. When the man and tired, I don't think it bring liberal in.
Emerson.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. You know plenty.
Liberal, you play on Gion Hafi. You put Gion Hafi, you play on Hafi.
That rocket place, what are doing there?
You see,
What
he
are
never
doing there?
played ball before because
What are doing there? When I started, I play on Gita Gissing basketball
you
court.
can
Now
compare
what?
JW Gibson, you can compare
No,
JW
no.
Gibson basketball court
Listen now.
with Nico
Listen.
Gion
Do you
Hafi.
have fee that if I want to get bloody, I go to Coconut Plantation. What I'm coming to do it? No grass. That I have a rocky place there. The ball
Right.
bouncing everywhere. You can't even get good control. That I want to come and no. This is what I tell you. When I started in Montreal, there was a guy that was in the army. They call him Zizek Bala or Bala Zizek. Whatever his name is. He used to be goalkeeper. You were lieutenant in the army. But when you score against him, they flock you. Or if you all the army people in the back of all the army people in the back of the pool on the beach. And the good thing about playing on the beach, if you play on the beach and do the control of the ball, you're very good. But when you score on Bala Zizek, the army people, those children from the back, they just can't jump on you. So when you're getting close to him, you better get the ball to somebody else. or else
That eating boom.
Yo, Libra.
Wow.
Libra, so one day we'll play
Julian, say with them.
when we're playing the television league, Libra, we play the army
But
team one day.
what win Mr. Sigma used to play on the field?
Say we used to be number 6.
We play
For real?
the army.
You can't get tired. I beat stomach.
But was he a good 6?
Yeah, Julian used to play good ball. Yeah.
We play the army team one
But
time.
he left bluffing at the power on leg.
In the television league.
Yeah, man. When
So
you
look, guys,
don't hustle and get ball to Julian, then you're looking for all those girls there who would look at him. Julian,
Wow.
man, I'm business there.
So-
What kind of something like cheese? He see there. I said, look at the other lama man. He Congo lama man.
That Congo
Yeah,
long.
come whisper Julian say with.
So we play the AFL team on the television league. Magazine our coach. They put me on pin number
Mike Gessing,
7.
talking about you must say Mike Gessing sour there. We all used to play at Junior Gessing basketball. So you little boy.
We play. I play with John Mayanga. I play with John Mayanga from your man from Tono.
You're small. Go ahead, make a statement so we can go.
So they have one guy with not need that guy number 2. That guy said picking if you want to enjoy your Christmas, you don't even temper around my wing. I was picking that time, but I used to play. I jump on that guy, kick. Look, I said the guy kick me. He saw kick. The dust were in the air. Whoa.
Yeah. We call it rake. He rake you.
He didn't test me, but I drove him. So kind of way, the foot just went in the air like because he had not knee. He was in the army.
He was just a joker, eh?
Yeah, the guy. What? I see the man was bad.
Yeah.
The man came and said, "Piggy, you want to enjoy your Christmas? Man, not try it yet. They gotta keep on the barracks."
Yeah, that's what they tell you. But we'll talk about that. Let me let you go.
All right.
Let's
Good night.
meet Mr. Social tomorrow. Let's do the best we can. Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Again, folks, Samson told like bro probably like I said, the book here, the book by William Yano, mitigating the legacy of a mismanaged vision, the case of Liberia, William Yano. It's a good book. It's not that much, $30 to $35 or $40 at most, but in fact, I'm just from a few pages that I've been reading, I'm thinking that people should do their best to make this book to be a read for history in Liberia. Because I mean, the guy, but I'm not surprised of the people that worked with him on this book. That actually people like Marvin Crawford. Wow. That means this thing is not a small thing. It's not a small thing. And discussed the Liberian founding vision was misguided. And they found a lack of capacity of nation building. That's 18 something. And the legacy of that management, and they found a lack of capacity. Chapter 1 serve as the foundation of this discussion. It's a good reading. I'm gonna take my time and read this thing, and maybe every show I come on, I'll take half an hour or so to read it. With that, folks, Samson told Labra, you have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. We will see you tomorrow on Mr. Soul Show, where we will be the counterweight. Dr. Mali T said, because you're coming on my show, I will not count that show. I will be there. Samson told me, "Won't let making flower business." Dr. Mali, now I said making flower. Good night, folks. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and let's pray for one another. Good night. Gianna.
What